Good afternoon, everyone. And as I told you that I'll be showing you how the live market works, or how the actual market works in the any of these two exchanges. Okay, this is the data that I have taken from Bombay Stock Exchange, bseindia.com. The extension is Equity Streamer. Okay, so I'm streaming the equity values, so it's called Equity Streamer. Okay, and once you open it, you get this particular page. There are around 30 shares. Okay, there are 30 shares that are displayed here. Why 30 is because the Sensex that we have, okay, the Sensex calculation that we have here is for 30 shares. Okay, so only 30 shares will be displayed. If I make this all, okay, there's a column here. If I make it all, you can see all the shares that are listed in the Bombay Stock Exchange. But we cannot do this since we have time constraint and space constraint. I'm restricting myself only to top 30 shares that are being traded on the national stock, on the Bombay Stock Exchange. Okay, now if you want to do the live streaming, one more thing is there is an option here called as streaming. Usually it is off. You have to switch it on so that things become very clear to you. Okay, I think the screen is now quite wide for you to see what is happening. I'm just going to display to you how it works. Okay, this is nothing to do with your syllabus, but mere studying what is there in the syllabus is definitely not going to help you. You need to know what is the practical approach for studying stock markets also, right? Now, I'm just showing you something. Please pay attention. These values will become red and blue over a period of time. Don't worry about it. We will take only some shares and we'll try to understand it. Okay. Now, uh, let us take a company called as Hindustan Unilever. Okay, so as far as Hindustan Unilever, okay, as far as Hindustan Unilever is concerned, okay, as far as Hindustan Unilever is concerned, just a minute. I think I've accidentally clicked it. As far as Hindustan Unilever is concerned, just keep on observing on these particular quantities. Okay, this is called the buy quantity. How many people are ready to buy this particular share? By the way, this is not 4 units. This value will be in lakhs. Okay, this value will be in lakhs, or sometimes it will be in thousands also. So there are around 4 lakh people who are ready to buy the share of Hindustan Unilevers. Okay, and what is the current price of Hindustan Unilever presently? It is priced at 2075 rupees. Okay, now people are ready to just see this quantity. Now it was 4, immediately it switched to 211. Now it has come back to 267, right? So these values keep on changing. Don't worry about it. It depends on how many buyers are coming in and who are who require these particular shares, and how many sellers are coming in and they want to sell the shares, right? Now this is the buy column. This is the buying quantity that we have, and this is the selling quantity that we have. So if there is, see what happens is, if the number of buyers are less and if the number of sellers are more, what happens is the price generally decreases. Okay, generally the price decreases. See, I told you the number of sellers are more and the number of buyers are less, then the price keeps on decreasing. Likewise, people who are ready to buy this particular share, they will have to pay 2075 rupees 0.25 paise per share. Okay, so NSE will, Bombay Stock Exchange will sell the share to them at 2074.95 whatever, and they will buy from somebody else at 2075.15. So there is a very marginal difference between the buying price and the selling price. So exchange will buy at this particular rate from the sellers, people who want to sell their shares, and the exchange will sell the shares to you at this particular rate because you are the buyers. And how many buyers are here and how many sellers are here, you'll be able to understand. Okay, now just quickly look at this. Buyers have increased all of a sudden. There are no sellers. That means all of a sudden there is going to be a demand for this particular share. Okay, once we get the net connection restored, you will see that the price has changed immediately because more buyers have come in here and less number of sellers are available here. Okay, LTP stands for last traded price. That means now it is 12:20 in my watch. So what was the price that was traded at 12:19? Okay, so the last traded price 1 minute ago, what was the price that was traded? You will be able to get this particular data here. Next, we have change. Change means compared to yesterday. Compared to yesterday, what was the change in the value today? So its value has gone down by 2.8%. Okay, so value is down by 2.8 rupees. That means yesterday the price of this particular share was 2000 probably 76 rupees. Okay, it is down by 2 rupees 80 paisa. So it is reduced. Okay, in terms of percentage, it is minus 1.3 percentage. The price has dropped down. Currently, how many shares are available with the exchange? There are 38,199 lakh shares available. Okay, all these values are in lakhs. So those many number of lakh shares are available with the exchange. In terms of value or in terms of turnover, they can generate a business of around 794 lakhs. Can you see the figure here? The figure is in lakhs. So 795 lakhs is the amount of business that can be generated. Today morning when the stock market opened, what was the price of Hindustan Unilever? It opened at 2087. It has till now it has touched a higher end of 2092. Lowest it touched 2092, and it has closed at 2077. So this is the data that we have. This was yesterday's data that it opened at this particular rate. This was the highest price that the share reached. This is the lowest price that the share has reached, and at this particular price the share has closed. So now compare 2077.75, and we have minus. Okay, we have minus. We had some value here. It was minus 2.8. So the value has come down by this particular amount. Now the value is still gone further down, right? Because there are less number of buyers and there are more number of sellers. So there is more selling pressure. Definitely the price of the share is going to go down. So this is the amount of data that we have. This we call 52-week high and low. In the last 52 weeks, that means in the last 1 year, what was the highest price that the share reached? It reached 2,614 rupees, and the lowest that the share reached is 1,756. So this is the range in which the share has been trading, right? And if you want the details of it, anyway, the graph of the same is also applicable here. So all the data that you can get is from this particular data. So this was the graph that we have of Hindustan Unilevers. Okay, so this is how you need to read the charts as far as the live market streaming is concerned. So we have all 30 shares here. Okay, these are the number of orders that are coming in. These are the number of people who want to sell it. This is very important for us to know whether the price is going up or going down. If more people are coming here, if you see more number of people coming here, then the price of the share will keep on increasing, right? If there are less number of people, if there are less people here, that if there are less people here and more people here, that means the price is expected to go up. On the other hand, if there are less people here and more number of people in this particular area, that means the price is expected to go down, right? So this is what we need to understand as far as the today's market condition is concerned. Is it clear? Any doubts in understanding this particular chart? Please tell me so that I can help you out in understanding this particular chart. This is today's Sensex. It is reading at 37,872. Compared to yesterday, it is up by 483 points. That means market is moving in a positive direction. That is what we can understand. Okay. Yeah. Any doubts in understanding this? Yeah. Any doubts, please?
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. So I will do one thing. I will minimize this particular slide. So this is what I actually wanted to show you as far as trading is concerned. Okay. So this is the live market of trading. Sometimes you don't see these blue and green patches is just because there is we don't have internet connectivity, a strong internet connectivity, because these values keep on changing every second, and our internet is not so fast enough that we can adapt to that particular fast speed. That is the reason we have some time delays. So don't worry about it. If you check it on a broadband at your home, you will get the live streaming which is constantly available, right? So this is how you need to understand the market patterns, or this is the data that is available as far as stock market indices are concerned. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll minimize this. We may need it for some other reference, and I'll switch to my regular PPT now. Are you able to see the screen? were discussing this part. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell you as far as the settlement cycles are concerned. We discussed this particular settlement cycle the day before yesterday, and we had stopped. Okay, I will just take some more time here, or I will ask you, give you some more time to think over this, ponder over this, because this question is very important from your exam perspective. Also, it is very important for you to understand how actually stock markets work, right? So, this is the screen available to you. I'll explain once again this entire process, or do you know this particular process? Do you want me to repeat this process, or should we go ahead with this? I'm waiting for response.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Vishaka.
Sir, repeat it once again.
Okay, Vishaka, which is your favorite share? I'll take your name itself and start it so that.
Sir,
Which is your favorite share? Name of the share?
Zeal.
How come everyone has the same share? Zeal. Okay, I will take some other share today. One of my favorite shares is Titan Industries. Okay, so it is trading somewhere at around 1,187 rupees, if I'm not wrong. But we'll not go into 1,187 rupees. We will take a round figure. Let us say the share is trading at 1,100 rupees, right? And now Vishaka wants to purchase, let us say, 1,000 shares of this particular company, or let us say 100 shares of this particular company. So Vishaka, how many 1,000 is too, 100 is too less number. Okay, Vishaka, if you want to purchase 10,000 shares of Titan Industries Limited, the price of one share for
Yes, sir.
our calculation purpose, let us say it is 1,000 rupees per share. Okay,
Hmm.
1,000 rupees per
Okay.
share is the price of one share. You want to purchase 10,000 shares. What is the amount of money that you should have? Can you tell me, please?
Sir, 10
10 lakh.
lakh. Huh.
You need around 10 lakh rupees to buy this particular company shares. Acha, Vishaka, why do you want to buy these shares? Why do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy this particular share to make a loss, or do you want to buy this particular share
No.
so that you can earn a profit over a period of time?
Yes, sir. To earn a profit over a period of time.
Fine. So when you want to earn a profit, first thing is you need to have at least 10 lakh rupees minimum in your bank account. Point number one. Okay. And
Yes,
to
sir.
trade in this particular shares, you need to have a trading account with a registered broker, and you also need to have a demat account with a registered broker. Why trading account is
Yes,
because
sir.
money has to be transferred from your personal account in the bank to the member of the clearing bank for the NSE to for the shares, and in turn NSE will require one medium wherein they can transfer shares electronically to your account. So that will be done through a demat account. So
Yes,
money is going to come in and go out through the trading account, and shares are going to come into your account in the form of a demat account, so dematerialized money. Now, let us say
yes,
you have put an order of 10,000 shares. Price of one share is 1,000 rupees. So totally you have committed 10 lakh rupees and you have put an order. Fine. So first time when the order comes to you, okay, first time when the NSE receives the order, they will filter out how many people like Vishaka want to buy shares of TCS or buy shares of Titan Industries, and how many people
okay.
would like to sell the share of Titan Industries. So they will segregate who are buyers and they will segregate who are sellers, right? Now
Yes,
Vishaka is a buyer, so they will categorize her under a particular head. Then the further classification takes place. How many people like Vishaka want to buy only Titan Industries? Because you are not the only buyer. There are people who want to buy Asian Paints. There are people who want to buy Ashok Leyland. There are people who want to buy IRCTC. There are people who want to buy Grasim Industries. So first, what they will do is they will categorize people based on how many people want Titan Industries only, right? So let us say you are the only person who wants Titan Industries, right? So now there is no other option available, so they pass on this particular order to another entity called as NSCCL. Remember, I had told you in my last class that NSCCL is a National Securities Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Okay, NSCCL. they will guarantee the trade. That means whatever money that you have paid, you will get the shares worth the amount that the order that you have put. If by chance you are not able to get those particular shares, it is the duty of this NSCCL to arrange shares from somewhere and give the shares. If they are not able to give the shares, then they will give the money back to you. So that is a guarantee that this particular entity takes. Now remember, for us only the NSE building is seen, but people, there are some other entities who are in that stationed in that particular building. They are NSCCL, clearing banks, custodians, depositories. All these people are stationed inside that particular building, on the for our understanding purpose. So now NSCCL gets your order. Okay, once NSCCL gets your order, NSCCL will say that Vishaka requires 10,000 shares of Titan Industries. Let us check whether we have 10,000 shares with our custody, whether we have those shares, right? So what they will do, they will pass on this information to the custodian. Now remember, custodian is a person or a bank or a financial institution who keeps the custody of shares. That means they hold the shares in physical form, okay, for the safe keep of those particular securities. They are kept at a certain place. So their job is to hold the securities in a very safe and secured way. So what they will do, NSCCL will put a confirmation whether we have 10,000 shares to be delivered to Vishaka. Custodian says yes, we do have 10,000 shares available, and then once the confirmation is given back to NSCCL, NSCCL will further put an order saying that please process. Point number 3 says please process shares worth 10 lakh rupees, okay, to Vishaka.
Okay,
So
sir.
once custodian gets this particular order, what will custodian do? They will forward this order to the clearing bank, because this custodian wants a confirmation that has Vishaka paid the money, right? So where will money come? Money will come in the bank itself, right? So what they will do, they will put an order
Yes.
to the bank saying that has Vishaka deposited or transferred money from her personal account to the clearing account, right? So till the time they get the
Yes.
confirmation from the bank, they will put further order saying that, okay, these 10,000 shares that we have with us, they need to be converted electronically. They will need to be converted, or they need to be dematerialized. Okay, and this job is done by the depository. So the job of the depository is to convert physical shares into electronic shares and then transfer the shares to NSCCL so that they can be given to Vishaka, right? So by the way, at point number 5, custodian has just told depository that you convert these physical shares into electronic shares. Don't transfer as of now. They have clearly said don't transfer the shares as of now, but just convert those shares and keep it ready for delivery. In the meantime, what happens is at point number 6, okay, at point number 6, the depository informs NSCCL that shares are ready and are converted into depository and are waiting for confirmation, right? Because the confirmation is that money has to be cleared in the account. In the meantime, the clearing bank gives a confirmation to NSCCL that Vishaka has paid money and the amount is matching with the order that she has put. So this confirmation, point number 6 and point number 7, orders have been given. At point number 8 and point number 9, NSCCL tells depository that the money has been received, and also at point number 9, NSCCL tells clearing bank that the shares have been converted into electronic format and are ready for delivery, right? In the meantime, at point number 10 and point number 11, at point number 10, the depository informs the custodian that money has been received, okay, and the shares have been converted into electronic format and are ready for delivery. At point number 11, the clearing bank gives a confirmation to the custodian saying that money has been received, okay, and you can process the shares. So when everyone gives a confirmation as far as money been received and shares been converted into electronic format, finally these shares are released by NSE and they come to Vishaka through her demat account in the next couple of days. That means if Vishaka has traded today, okay, today the order processing happens, okay, point number 2, 3, 4, 5 up to point number uh, up to point number 9 happens tomorrow, and point number 10 and 11 happens day after tomorrow. So which means if Vishaka has put an order today, though she gets a confirmation that her order has been processed, actually the shares will come in her account, okay, on 2 days later. That means today we call it as a trading day, tomorrow we call it as a clearing day, and the third day we call it as a settlement day. So on the third day, Vishakha will get all her shares into her account in the form of demat account, right? So this is how the structure of the entire clearing and processing system happens. This system is also called T plus 2 day. Okay, so T is trading day, tomorrow is the clearing day, and the third day is called the settlement day. So this is how the cycle works as far as NSE is concerned. Clear? Vishakha, any doubts now?
No, sir. Got it.
Achha. And anyone has any other doubts?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
fine. Nabiraj, in that case, can you tell me if you want to sell the shares, how will the process work? I have explained to you for buying. I have explained to you for buying. How will the process work for sale if you want to sell the shares? Suppose Vishakha after 2 years wants to sell the shares for 2000 rupees per share. She wants to sell all 10,000 shares. How will the process work out?
Uh, so actually, sir, broker will look for a person who wants to buy the share, who
Broker will
wants to
never
buy
look.
the particular share.
Understand? Please understand. Understand, Naviraj. Broker will never look. Broker will just put an order. It is a job of NSE to find a buyer. Broker will never find a buyer. Okay,
Okay.
broker is a person who interlinks or who connects you as an investor and the exchange. It is broker will never try to find out the buyer. Buyer has been found out by the exchange itself. So please clear that doubt. Okay, broker will never find the buyer.
Okay.
Okay, how will the process work? Okay, Naviraj, for a sale transaction. Suppose Vishakha wants to sell this particular share. How will the transaction work? How will the order? How will the process work out? Please be attentive. I may ask anyone.
Sorry, sir, no idea.
Same process, right? There is no change in the process. Whether you are a buyer or whether you are a seller, the process works same. No change in that. Because all
Oh,
these activities that you can see, point number 8, 6, 7, 9, 2, all their all these have double arrows. That means they will work out for buyer also, they will work out for seller also. All the process works out same. And arrows that have only one point or pointing in the only one direction, their arrow will point in the reverse direction for a sale transaction. For a sale transaction, the arrows will point out in the reverse direction. That's the only difference. All other things will remain same. So that is the only thing that we have to understand. Clear? Okay. Anyways,
okay, sir.
we'll move to the next one. So this is the these are the 11 points that I just discussed so far. I told you in the form of a story by taking Vishakha as an example, but in the exam you cannot take any person's name and write it. So you have to write it in this particular format itself. So those 11 points have been given to you. Please go through them. Okay. We'll move on to the next one. This is called the This is called the settlement cycle. Okay. So as I said, we have 3 settlement cycles. What is happening here? So we have 3 settlement cycles. We call it as T plus 1, T plus 2 days. And for your syllabus, we don't have T plus 3. Okay, so there is nothing called T plus 3. So don't worry about T plus 3 or calculations or T plus 3 observations. Okay, just give me a minute. I have to close this. So we'll be discussing about T plus 1, T plus 2 and T plus 3. T plus 1 and T plus 2 days, right? Now just look at the timings here. Today your trading time starts from 9:55 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. That is the trading day. That means on this particular yellow color patch that you can see, Vishakha has done the trade. Okay. On the clearing day, what has happened? The blue color, the dark, a little bit darker blue color that you can see, is what we call as the clearing activity. So point, as I said, point number 6, 7, 8, and 9 is done on the second day. That is what we call as T plus 1 day. And this transaction is completed by around 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay. So till by 1:30 they clear all these things. So that is the clearing time that they have. And next, the settlement day is the day wherein your account will be settled. So whoever is the member, let it be the clearing member or let it be the bank or let it be the depository, whatever they have to do, they will do it. So by 10:30 Okay, accounts have been settled. So pay in means if you have sold the shares, the money has to be given to you. So that is called pay in. And then we have the payout of funds and securities. So all these things happens between T2 days. It starts from 10:30 and it will end by around 2:30 p.m. afternoon. So within this 4 hours or 4.5 hours that we have, in this 4.5 hours, all these things happen. Fortunately for your syllabus, or rather unfortunately, I don't know, you don't have post-settlement activities. So there is no concept of discussing these things further, because we have people who have given the order but who are sometimes not able to pay the money, or people who have done something called a short sale but who don't have money to buy it again. Then for such people, they do the auctioning of the shares, they have bad deliveries. All these things are happening at T plus 3, 4, 5 up to 9 days. But for your understanding purpose, we have only trading, clearing and settlement cycle. You don't have the post settlement cycle. Okay, so that is what you need to understand. So Vishaka traded on today. She purchased shares of Titan today. So that we call as T day, that is a trading day. She has time to purchase shares from 9:55 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Anytime during the day she can purchase the shares. Once the purchase the orders have been put in, next day from morning 9:55 to 1:30, we call it as T plus 1, we call it as a clearing member. So whether Vishaka has deposited the money, whether the money has been transferred from her bank account to the clearing member's bank account, transferring of physical shares into electronic shares, intimating each all the members that such a delivery has taken place. All this thing is called the clearing system. It happens tomorrow by 1:30. All these things will be done. And last is the settlement cycle, wherein day after tomorrow, that is Wednesday, Vishaka will get all her shares in her account latest by 2:30. So that is how we call it as trading, clearing, and settlement cycle at NSE. Okay. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, I've already told you what happens on T plus 2 day. So if you want to know the exact detailed version of it, it is available here. But I don't think you need a detailed version, because this slide explains everything. What happens? What do you mean by rolling settlement? Rolling settlement, you can carry forward the trade. Okay. So all the short points that are mentioned on the following slides have been covered up here. So what happens at 1:30? What do you mean by valuation debit? All these things are already available. Don't worry about it. I'm just skipping it for the simple reason because it is going to be a repetition of most of the things. We'll come to the next important part, is how do you place orders in the stock exchange. So I'll just take this particular slide and then we'll stop it here. This particular slide talks about placing of orders. How do you place an order and what are the things that are required when you place an order, right? There are three important documents that are generated whenever you place an order. First is what we call as the order generation and confirmation slip. That means your order is generated. You have put the order in the system. Okay. Whether it is been received at NSE or no, we don't know, right? So this is what we call as order generation and confirmation slip. Then we have the trade confirmation slip, and finally when we have the contract note. Okay, why do we need to have a contract note? Because as I said, Vishaka has traded today. She is going to receive the shares in her account day after tomorrow, that is Wednesday. Clear? She needs to have some proof that she has done the trade today. So she needs to have some proof, and that some proof is nothing but a contract note which is given to her by the broker. So these are the three important documents that we need to have. We'll go one by one. First is the order generation slip. It signifies the type of scrip. Okay, type of scrip in this particular case is Titan Industries Limited. So that is a type of the scrip. It is equity scrip. Okay, the name of the scrip is Titan Industries. At what price do you want to buy? So Vishaka has said that she wants to buy one share of Titan Industries at a price of 1000 rupees. So price has to be mentioned here. At what time she wants to put an order? Suppose she wants to put an order, let us say at 12:45, she wants to put an order. So the time comes here, and what type of order is it? Okay. Is it an immediate or cancel order? Is it a day order? Is it a stop loss order? So we'll come to types of orders at a later stage, but you need to mention that what type of order is it. Generally, we call it as the immediate or cancel order. That means you buy immediately if the share price is available at 1000 rupees, otherwise you cancel the order. Or else you put an order saying that now the price is somewhere around 10,020, 10,015, 10,007, 10,008 in this particular range. I want to buy the share at the price is around 1000 rupees, 1001 rupees, 1002 rupees. In this particular range, the price is moving up. So Vishakha says, I want to purchase the share only when the price comes to 1000 rupees. So what she has given? She has given a limit order. That means she is limiting the price only to 1000 rupees. Beyond that, if the price goes, she is not going to buy. So this is called as a limit order. So we'll come to orders at a later stage. So this is what she has to generate as far as the order generation slip is concerned. So we have to type the name of the script, price, time, and order type. Next, once this order reaches NSE, a trade confirmation slip gets generated, and in the trade confirmation slip also the same things get repeated. The name of the script, the price, the time, and the order type of the or the type of the order also gets printed on this particular sheet of paper. Next, finally, with your trade is confirmed, your trade is executed, but there has to be some proof with you that your trade is been done. Okay, so for that we have something called as the contract note. So on the contract note, just see what are the things that are mentioned on the contract note. The name of the script is mentioned, which is nothing but Titan Industries. The price of the script, which is 1000 rupees, is mentioned. The time is mentioned. The order is mentioned. Now, two more things get added here. The brokerage is going to put some charge, right? So the brokerage gets added, the government fees get added, and also the taxes get added. We have something called as the securities transaction tax. So STT also gets added. So all these things get added, and finally you get a printed copy. This is what we call as the contract note. You have to retain all these copies till the time the shares come into Vishakha's account. So Wednesday, when the share comes into Vishakha's account, then no problem. Vishakha has been confirmed that the shares are available with her and the shares have already been transferred in her account. So these three documents are very important. One is order generation slip, trade confirmation slip, and contract note. Even if you miss the first two, no problem, but don't miss the third one, because contract note is a very important document. It is given to you by the broker, okay? Because this confirms everything, your price, your time, your value of the contract, along with taxes and brokerage. All these things come printed on that particular document, and that's the reason it's called the contract note. You need to retain this particular contract note for at least 3 days. Once the share get transferred in your account, then you can throw that particular contract note, no issues. Okay, but till that time, this copy has to be with you. So I'll stop the class here. In my next class, we will start with what are the different types of order. As I said, we have limit order, day order, so various types of orders are there. So we'll discuss all these orders one by one. Clear? So we'll stop the class. Just wait, I would like to take the attendance first. There are only 25 people today. Yeah, thank you. So we'll stop the class here and we'll see. Rashmi, what do you want me to repeat?
So I told it then initially when the class started. You asked, right? You want me to repeat the same the entire